But before we get to the thing that everyone is talking about, among all of us, there was only one person who was like really immersed from our group in the story of the day. And that, of course, is Billy Gill. So we bring him in after a hard night of work for Billy Gill to cover every angle that's been unseen. Billy, what do you have for us in terms of a report?
Hey guys, it's Billy. Hello, Dan. Yesterday, of course, was the night that we were all waiting for, months in the making. Who would be best? Guys, I'd like to invite you to join me in the Music Dome.
I mean, this guy.
All right. Well, last night was season 3, episode 1 of The Masked Singer, as you guys thought we'd be talking about right now. We started things off with a celebrity guest judge. Guys, any guesses who it might have been? Anybody? Anybody? Guesses?
Tommy Davidson.
Well, I saw some of them, right? Jamie Foxx was one of them, right? No?
Yes, Dan, it was Jamie Foxx, who, as you might remember, was, of course, someone that everybody thought was the Fox last year. It wasn't the Fox. It was actually Wayne Brady, the winner of season 2, if you remember. No, that's Jamie Foxx. Wayne Brady here? No?
I was surprised. Right. I was surprised. Jamie Foxx, a pretty big celebrity. Is this show now getting big enough that they're going to get legitimate celebrities?
Well, I think he was just a guest judge for the night, Dan, and he was also, yesterday was one of those things where they're just plugging all their other shows, and he has like a show called Beat Shazam or something like that. So he was there to beat Shazam and all that. All right, let's just get to the competition. They teased that this was a Super Bowl special episode and that between the contestants last night, 9 Super Bowl appearances. That's right, Dan.
What?
That's right, 9 Super Bowl appearances amongst the competitors. So we kicked things off last night with the White Tiger. Now, here were some of the guesses of the White Tiger. It's obvious it was an athlete. It was a very large person. Something about New England clam shucking and then getting in the ring. The song performed was Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. It was not so much of a performance, more of kind of like a talking thing. Not a lot of musical chops. You can tell this isn't someone that's a seasoned performer. I'd say a lot of the Super Bowls came from this person. Here were the guesses. Ken guessed that it was John Cena. Jamie Foxx guessed that it was Gronk or maybe Michael Strahan. Nicole thought it could be Jason Momoa. Guys, I know you're wondering who I thought it was. It's definitely Gronk. I'm telling you right now, watch the video. That is Gronk, 100%. It sounds exactly like Gronk. It moves like Gronk. All right, let's just move on to performance number 2 of the night, the Turtle. Now, the Turtle performed Kiss from a Rose by Seal, who, if you remember, one of the performers last year, the Leopard. Now we're doing crossover stuff here, guys. All right, here were some of the clues. There was a track, there were burgers, there was a surfboard, there was a splash that said slow and steady, and something about step by step. Could it be Patrick Duffy? I don't know. All right, here were some of the guesses. Ken thought it could be Donnie Wahlberg, who is married to... Who's Donnie Wahlberg married to, guys?
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg, one of the judges. Probably not going to be her husband, but we'll see, because in the past, she's guessed that her husband was participating in the show that she works on. Don't know how that would happen without her knowing. Robin thought that it could be Joey McIntyre, and Nicole thought it could be Zac Efron. Guys, if Zac Efron's on this show, OMG. All right, let's move on to performance number 3 of the night, the Llama. All right, the Llama performed She Bangs by Ricky Martin. Now, we think it could be a radio DJ because they were like in a radio studio. The Llama, something interesting, guys. The first contestant with 4 legs. I don't know if you see the graphic over here. There's 2 legs. Oh, let me move over. There's 2 legs here in the front, 2 legs in the back. Now, if you think about it, there's also 2 hands. So this would be a 6-footed llama for some reason, which I don't know if anyone else caught on to that. All right, there were some cards. There was something about a joker and a blackjack. Let's just get to the guesses. Jamie Foxx thought it could be Howard Stern. Jamie Foxx, you're not going to come on the show again because it is not Howard Stern. There's no way that he's doing this show. Robin thought that it could be Joel McHale, a celebrity guest judge in seasons 1 and 2. And Nicole thought that it could be David Spade. Let's just keep things moving along, guys. Next performance by Miss Monster. Wow, Miss Monster. I know you're thinking, Monster, that sounds familiar. That's right, because T-Pain, winner of season 1, was the Monster, and this is a spin-off because this performer says that they were motivated and inspired by Monster. And here are some of the guesses. There was something about hairspray, Misunderstood. Fireworks for the first time in Masked Singer history on the show, guys. There were pyrotechnics. Fireworks shot off at the end of the performance by
It's a
Miss
bigger
Monster.
thing. They've got so much more money. Their popularity has bought them the ability to actually do things that aren't on the cheap anymore.
That's right, Dan. Not only that, we had a cameo in this performance. Who came out? Take a guess. Who came out? Who came out? Who came out?
Katy Perry.
No. Who came out?
Peter Dinklage.
No. Who came out? Stugotz?
Dunklage, I think.
No,
The
it's
Monster came out. Didn't sing, so we're not sure if it was T-Pain or not. Probably not. Just a lot of dancing by the Monster. All right. Miss Monster performed Something to Talk About by Bonnie Rett. Here were some of the guesses. Ken thought that it could be Dolly Parton. Jenny thought that it could be Mary J. Blige. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was watching this driving back on the bus from the Super Bowl just in case we decided to pull shenanigans, like start Super Bowl coverage with The Masked Singer. I wanted
We
to
would
be
never
prepared.
do that.
Well,
we wouldn't do that.
Just in case. So one of the guesses was Mary J. And I said, Allison Turner, I don't know if you remember her. She was working on the show. Allison Turner, I said, hey, they're guessing this is Mary J. So she put on the headphones and she said, absolutely not. And then threw my phone back at me. She said, this show's stupid. All right. And then
Ours or theirs?
well, both. And then Nicole Scherzinger thought that it could be Dionne Warwick. I don't know what it is about this show, but every season someone thinks that Dionne Warwick is on it. So Dionne, do the world a favor, get on this show so they stop guessing that it's you. All right? Now, let's move on to the robot, the fifth of 6 competitors of the night. The robot performed Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz. Here were some of the guesses. There was a periodic table with a PT. Does anyone know what a PT is in periodic table of elements? Science. Anybody?
I don't know.
All right, you can look it up. We'll just get back
Deion
to that.
Sanders.
Exactly, Deion Sanders. All right. Then there was quote-unquote stunted potential. Then there was a skateboard. It was kind of like a Rocky vibe, a very unique, distinct voice. Here were some of the guesses. Jenny thought that it was Johnny Knoxville. Jamie Foxx thought it was Steve-O. Nicole thought that it was Floyd. Oh, Mayweather. And the other ones didn't really guess. But, again, distinct voice. Did anyone look up what PT is? I'll just tell you, PT stands for platinum. So now we're thinking, hey, this could be someone that sold a lot of records. All right. Final performance of the night was by the Kangaroo, who performed Dancing on My Own by Robin. A very soulful performance. Possibly the performance of the night. All right, there are hockey players behind me now for some reason.
Why were there you guys at a Panthers practice behind you instead of any of the Masked Singers? Is that Lorenzo?
Uncertain
That's
at this
Lorenzo.
moment.
Okay. That's
All right,
Lorenzo.
here were some of the Kangaroos clues. Outback, obviously Kangaroos, so the Outback is there. Spotlight for the wrong reasons, and then there were some gramophones. Now, could this person have won Grammys, or were they trying to throw us off? Time will tell. Here were some of the guesses. Dan, any guesses by you? Well, you didn't hear it. How would you have any guesses? All right. Jenny thought that it could be Jordan Sparks. Nicole thought that it could be Kelly Rowland. And Robin thought it could be Iggy Azalea, going back to the Australian theme. See, get it? Iggy Azalea, Australian. Dan, get it?
Yeah, I'd like to get to the end of this.
All right. So how did things work this week? Great question, Dan. We had very simple elimination. Lowest vote totals win. So all of the contestants were brought back on stage. And the lowest vote getter of the night was the robot. Very unfortunate. Again, very distinct voice. Do you guys have any final guesses before I give you the judges? The judges.
What are the clues?
All right, the clues were PT, which is platinum. Then there were some skateboard type of things. There was like a stunt theme to it. There was a fire truck for some reason. I didn't really get that one. But kind of like a rocker, like skateboarder vibe, but not really the voice to match. All right. Nicole thought that it could be Floyd Mayweather. Jenny thought that it could be Steve-O. Oh, no. Jamie Foxx thought it could be Steve-O, which is kind of a weird guess because who knows what Steve-O sounds like singing? I don't really know. Jenny thought that it could be Johnny Knoxville. Everybody was really getting the Jackass type of vibe here, I guess, because of the stunt work. Robin thought that it could be Shaun White. You know Shaun White, Dan?
Yeah, the
Flying Tomato?
The X came.
Yeah.
All right. And Ken thought that it could be Flavor Flav. Do you guys have any guesses?
Flavor Flav, somebody from the rap community.
I'm going Tony Hawk.
Wow. Mike?
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Roy?
I got nothing for you, man. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
Chris?
Tony Hawk, I'm with Stu.
Wow, Tony Hawk. All right. Well, again, this was the loser, and the big reveal was... It was Lil Wayne.
Wow, good job.
Wow,
Good
nice
job.
job, Mike Ryan.
Lil Wayne.
I got legitimately
Definitely
excited. I
not
just guessed
Tony
this
Hawk.
right.
Congratulations.
So it was an exciting night. Lil Wayne, obviously, when it was going on, I thought, you know what, that's Lil Wayne. Because if you guys remember, Lil Wayne had like that phase where he was trying to be like a rocker and had like a rock album come out. And it sounded just like that. And I'm telling you, Gronk is the white tiger.
All right,
No doubt
let's
in my
wrap
mind.
it up.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode, episode 1 of season 3. We will see you on Wednesday.
I hope
Double
not.
episode week
Another
this
one
week.
Wednesday?
No.
What?
No.